Good afternoon. It's gone a bit cold now. Okay, so this afternoon we are going to be making some cards using Julie Hickey Design's new collection. But before I get started, I just thought I'd give you a quick whiz at the new stuff before I take you to the counter. Hi. Thank you for joining me. So, whilst we're waiting for people to join us, we'll start off in the new section. So all down here, there we go. This is what we're going to be concentrating on this afternoon. I'm going to do a couple of demos, or definitely one, but covering a technique on another, using these four. Now, that went blurry. They're available separately at $10.99 each, or you can buy a bundle at $38.99, which gives an over 10% saving, which is fabulous. And looking at this, I can actually see the comments today, which is brilliant. The only thing I haven't done is switched my phone on to Do Not Disturb. So, yeah. Right, so we'll have a quick look up here then. One thing I do want to cover is these. These have been so brilliant, we can't keep them in stock. You've got the Beauty in Bloom, the Wings of Change. There's also a brand new one, which nobody would have seen yet. It was only launched last night on Sarah's Facebook page, and it's called Curious Critters by Zinksky Art. Real fun, actually, and they look brilliant when they're painted in. So we've got those. The mixed media pad, which I'm sure you'll agree is stunning with those. The papers are just amazing. Also, some other lines that have been going really well are the Elizabeth Crafts. Now, I really like these. Sorry, it keeps going blurry. This is fabulous because it's got the months and the dates on, so you can make your own little planners and things. But I also really love the all of the stamps in there as well. So I really like that one. I love this one too. Really great for journaling. And then you've got the textures, which are fabulous. And these are really good value. You're getting 4 stencils in there, long DL ones, for $10.99. And the same on this one. So they've been going well. Of course, the coloured paper pads, these are A4 in size. And for $8.99, double-sided, are they double-sided? Let me just double check. Yeah, double-sided, just fantastic value. So you've got brights, pastels, spring and neutrals. So that covers the new that we've had in. I'm just going to pan back so that you can see that whole length down the shop. It's just packed to the rafters. It really, really is. Loads of Studio Light, loads of Marlene, loads of Julie Hickey Designs. It's just, yeah, full. Don't forget though, also on our website, we have a sales section. These baskets like just permanently live, and we just keep filling into them because we have to keep it clean and tidy and make sure that we've always got room for all of the new stuff to arrive. So it's always worth checking out because Paul is always adding stuff in to the new section. So we've got lots of different collections there. And as always, if you have any questions or you want me to show you anything, just shout out. Paul's watching, so he can answer any questions if I miss them. Super quick delivery of Julie's new collection. Brilliant. I'm glad you've got it, Vanessa. I've noticed a few pictures of people saying they've received their parcels today, which is fabulous. Yeah, Paul worked super hard yesterday, getting everything packed and sent off. So, I'm just coming down here. Look at that beautiful colour. I can tell you that there will be a new collection with Marlene coming up soon. So keep your eyes out for that. I feel a bit close on this side now. Right. I'm working my way back up to the table so I can clip you in, and we'll have a little look at the new designs. So, I wonder if I can clip this back round so I can see. Here we go. Just got to be careful not to catch. Right then. Okay, so I've got lots of stuff on my desk. I'm going to flip you around and then we will get started and make something. Oh, Paul was hiding up in his little corner up there. Did you see him? Okay, get that in the right position. So, these are the 4 new sets. We have got the sentiment banners. Now, Julie does have a die that will cut these out and leave a little border. If you want the die, we've got it, but you don't have to have a die because they're quite easy to cut out as well. So you've got happy birthday, thinking of you, thank you, with sympathy, best wishes, enjoy your special day, just wanted to say. But then you've got the small ones as well. Enjoy your special day with sympathy, best wishes, happy birthday, thinking of you, and thank you. And just to show you, they're $10.99 and it's $9.99 for the little die that cuts out the big ones. Then we have got bunnies galore. These are adorable, they really are. And as Julie said when she launched them yesterday, they're not just for Easter. You have got the Happy Easter sentiment, but these are brilliant for baby cards, new arrivals, just birthday, or just anybody that likes bunnies and flowers. So you're getting 3. They've got different ears. So this one's tufted down on the left, this one's tufted down on the right, and then you've got 2 upright ones there. So that's a really lovely set as well. I know you shouldn't have favourites. And I don't, but I really like this one. This is the cherry blossom. I love the fact that you've got 2 different branches and the separate flower as well. You've got happy birthday, special friend, and thinking of you with a couple of different branches in there. That's a lovely one. And then the fuchsia. This is stunning as well. You've got an extra tag, some extra different sentiment banners as well. And then you've got hello friend and happy birthday, best wishes, and hello. So that is the 4 new stamps. That's what I'm going to be playing with. Going to give them him. I'm also going to be using the layers, frames and banners circle die set. Now I do believe these are on offer at the moment, Paul.
They are.
What are they?
Super special.
Super special?
$11.99.
No way. $11.99 for that. And I love this because it cuts these skinny frames, which we're going to cover in the demo. I'm also going to be using medley of leaves as well. Okay, so I haven't got a card to show you, but I'm going to do the demo based off one of the cards that I made for Julie. And I'm just going to scan this down to the bottom to see if there are any questions. No, that's cool. It is an absolute bargain, Julie. Right, so rather than me turning round and putting the machine on and everything, I've gone ahead and I've cut some circles and I'm going to show you exactly how I've done it. So I got these 2, which are the skinny frames, and I just placed them down on my black card and I ran them through. Now what that would give me when it was die cut is one of those. This is like, it's the bit that's in the middle, but it's definitely usable. And then the skinny bit, the smaller one. So I'm going to take out this piece because that's just the gappage between the 2. I'll use it on another card, but I don't want to use it on this one. And I've done 2 of each size there. I'll see how many I use when I do it. I might use 3 or I might use all of them. So that is the first step. And I have just cut myself. So that was the bit of black card I used. But I thought, you know what? That's wide enough to make a mat and layer. So rather than waste it, I'm going to use that as a mat and layer, because that will be stuck down so nobody will see. So I'm going to start off with this piece of card here. And I'm going to grab myself a piece of acetate because it's to hand. And I just need something else. I'm going to put this to the side of me. I was just trying out some colours as well, so... Oh, that's good because you can see that. So let's clean that up. Now, I think I might use different colours. I had a little look. Where's the purple one gone? Ah, I've left it. I'm sure I picked Dusty Concord out. You can't see it there, can you? Okay, I can't find Dusty Concord. It's gone. I've hidden it somewhere. I don't know where. So I've got wilted violet instead. And I'm just gonna make, to start off with, put a little bit of ink in the background. So I'm going to start off with some mowed lawn. Paul, I'm being blind, but I got out Dusty Concord. I knew I did. Look, it was underneath that bit of card. Yeah. Well, it was tidy, but you moved the stuff, remember? You tried to steal my piece of card. So I'm just going to pick up a little bit of ink and pop this down in the background. By doing it this way, it just gives you a little bit more precision where you're popping your ink down. Quite often I'll just tap the card in, but for this, and I'm just going to dull that down and put a bit more water in there as well. Okay. And what I will probably do now, once it's settled a bit, I'm just going to mop that off because it knocks back the colour and I do just want it subtle. And now I'm happy with the colour, which to you, let's have a look. It probably... Oh, I've got a horrible shadow across here. So just subtle in the background. Sometimes I use acetate, sometimes I use... Ah, there it is. The stamp sheets. It just depends what I've got to hand, really. Right, I'm going to leave that to settle. And just while it's damp, I'm just manipulating the card so it kind of stays flat. And then we'll have a look at the flowers. So I've got this out because I just think they look so lovely when they're stamped out. So I'm just going to ink up. Now, you'll have to forgive... My stamps are quite dirty because they've just been through workshops, so I haven't had time to clean them yet. Look at the detail. Paul, please may I have that card that's right by you? I love them. So go ahead and stamp the one that I've done in today's workshop. Yeah. I'll show you that in a minute. So I've gone ahead, I've stamped it and I've cut it out. Just because, you know me, I don't like cutting out in front of you all. And then I've done this one, so that's one of each of those. And then I've got one of the separate ones. And then I went into the Foliage Galore. No, it's not called that, is it? I'm getting the bunnies and everything mixed up. The Fancy Foliage, no. Yeah. Foliage Medley. What's it called, Paul? The leaf one.
Leaf it out.
Leaf it out. What's it called?
Medley of leaves.
That's the one. Medley of leaves, and I've used this one here with the coordinating die, and I've cut those out. So I'm going to now just paint these in and get them how I want for my card. So let's use, I'm going to go for a brighter green this time. I'm trying to do it different to what the sample card, but I can't remember. My brain is not remembering what the sample card colours were. So I'm just going to, let's see if we can get you a bit closer, and it might take away that shadow. That's it. I'm just going to add in some colour, and then I take the colour away and just bring that up, just so that we can have a bit of variation, and just cleaning the tip in between. Wish we could have the dies for the fuss. Yeah, that's a Julie question. Right, so we've got some of our leaves done. And by doing it in layers, it just, even though I'm using the same colour, it just gives you a little bit of variation on the colour there. So we'll have those there. And then I might as well go ahead and do the foliage on these. And I'm not too precise. I don't mind if I've got little white bits showing. That's absolutely fine. Now, with cherry blossoms, the branches are normally a brown. So I am actually going to bring in a brown. Sometimes I do it green, but today I'm going to go brown. I've got some walnut stain there. There's only a few bits that you can see. Oops, that's not the ink, that's the flower. Just pop a little bit down there. There we go. And I always miss one. Do you do that when you're painting? You're trying to do all of one colour, and then you're certain that you've got it all, but then when you go back to look at it, you've missed one little bit. Okay, perfect. So then, colours for our cherry blossom. I just lost connection then. Can you all see me okay still? Because my phone actually went off. I don't know why. We'll pray. We'll pray that it's okay. So I'm taking some shaded lilac and some dusty concord. Because although it says cherry blossom on there, it can be anything you want it to be. So I'm just going to whiz a little bit of shaded lilac down. And then I'm going to pop a little bit of the dusty concord in as well. But I'm just going to try and keep them quite light. She says. Quite mottled. Now, I'll give you a little tip. If I hadn't have done the leaves first, so for instance, let's just do it on here because this is quite a good tip. If I'd have stamped this down and then put some clear embossing powder on it, I would have created like a little barrier with the heat embossing. And then if I spritz, the channels inside would allow you to drop colour in, and it wouldn't seep outside of the lines. Whereas because this one isn't heat embossed, it might very well seep out of the lines. But it gives a really nice mottled kind of effect. And if I just lift that up to you, I just think it's a really nice way of doing the flowers also. So let's go back to what I'm doing. I lose my concentration quick, don't I? So we just add a little bit of shaded lilac down. And again, I'm not being too careful, not even going right the way up to the edges. And I apologise if you're not seeing that colour because it's quite a light colour, but it is there. And when I hold it up in a minute, you'll see it. Now I'm just going to dot in. Hopefully that ink's still got a little bit of wet in it and it should just seep out a little bit. This one probably hasn't. But the idea is that you leave it to do its own thing and then you get the most beautiful kind of, not marbly, but just really watercolory blossoms. Right, so that's that one. And then we'll go on to this one again. Get some more water out. So if you do one at a time, you'll definitely get the ink to do its own thing. Just like so. And I'm going off the side here. I think you can just about see me. I'm cleaning that brush off before I go into the other colour. Like so. And then that should just bleed its way out. Some will be darker than others. I think that gives it a really nice look. Okay, so now I'm going to just pop a little bit of, I think we've got some fossilised amber. Just a little bit of yellow in the middle. There we go. Clean that down. So I've prepared my little bits to go on the card, but what I'm also going to do now is bring this piece back in because it's dried off enough for me, but I want to put some little splats and that in the background. Hi Yvonne. Just using the same sorts of colours so that it all ties in. So I'm going to have a little bit of Dusty Concord. And a little bit of Shaded Lilac. And a tiny bit. And I'm just going to squeeze a drop of water into each one. So we'll start off with this is the Dusty Concord, and then clean that brush off. Little bit of Shaded Lilac, and then just a tiny bit of the green just to tie it in. Okay, so if I show that up, I'm really sorry, there seems to be a line across here. I know why. It's because we have tube lighting in the ceiling, and the lighting at the back above my head has gone, so it's been switched off. So that's why it's not so bright. So I'm just going to let that settle a minute, and whilst it's doing that, I'm going to just shape these. And now I'm just using my finger and my thumb because it's on my Media Artist card, but because I've just got it wet, it will manipulate really quite well. And then as I put it down, as it dries, it should dry with that shape. So just giving that a little bit of a manipulate. And then a curl on those. Now then, I might as well just prepare these while I'm here. I'm just going to grab my foam pads. Okay, so if any of you haven't seen these, I'm going to lift you up just a little bit. These are our foam pads. There's 1,000 on a roll for $10.99, and they actually come in the pizza box, because it just keeps them together and keeps them nice. So I just rip off a strip and use those, and then keep them all. And of course you can decorate your box if you want to. Sorry, I just got the camera then. So I'm just gonna cut these down. And the backs do come off super easy. So I'm just going to get these ready. With a few. I wasn't going to take the backs off yet, but I've done it now, so it'll be fine. I'll just keep them over there. Right. And then one on this one. And then our little leaves. I think these might need to be a little bit smaller. So the reason I've put, yeah, that looks dry now. Okay, just being organised and prepping everything. I'll regret it in a minute because I'll want to lay it out on there and I won't be able to because I've pulled the backs off, but it's fine. Right, so in comes my piece. Now, of course, me being me, I could absolutely bob a little bit of griddage in there. And it would be rude not to, wouldn't it? So a little bit of shaded lilac, I think, just a subtle one. And I'm just gonna, yeah. I just hope my stamp is clean enough and I don't get a muddy colour. That's fine, I can live with that. So a little bit of grid here and there, because why not? And I think before I start laying everything up, I'm going to mat and layer this onto here. So where have I put my glue? Oh, I need to fill it up. So because I've got a big hole in there, I'm just going to put some ink around there. Otherwise I'd end up gluing my mat. And I'm going to need to lift this up because I can't, because the camera's kind of right in front of my face. Just make sure them borders are equal. Okay. There. Now, let's bring in our little circles. I am going to go for 2 of the large and 1 small. I'm going to keep that for another project, I think. Right. So with these, I have got them, they're single, they're 300 GSM black card. So I'm just going to put whiz round there. I was just going to say, cool, I've kept that all the way round. Steady hand. And first off, I'm just going to drop it on. Okay, I know it's not in the middle. That's fine. Because you can straighten it up. That weren't bad going, Hazel. Now this one, start and have a little look and maybe... Every time you do one, it'll be different. And I might think, oh, do you know what? I might want to put the other one on as well. But we'll see how we go with this. It's really nice to use different size circles because you just get a different effect. This one, I'm going to almost go to the side a bit. Like that. Right, let's just bring that in just so that we can see. I don't want it to be too much black, but that, I mean, that would look really nice, actually. Let me just have a look at one of our flowers. Oh, do you know what? I will put it on. And there's no rules to say that you have to do this black. It could be any colour. Maybe you're doing some in craft as well. Craft card or browns, greens, any colour. I can't remember where I put it now. It's going there. Because there isn't any rules. Just make sure that we've made contact and that that's stuck down. And any glue that you can see, it won't stay there for long. Okay. So there's our nice kind of twiggy wreath. Right, so I'm just going to place maybe there. I'm not pressing down because I just want to make sure that I've got what I've got where. So maybe I'm having that like, because I can twist that a little bit. Okay. And I've got this one, which I could tuck. Yeah. Okay. So just deciding in my head where I'm having things. This one I almost want to tuck under there. Let's have a look at this one. Maybe. Right, okay. So I haven't committed to it yet because I haven't pressed down. I also want to add in some extra little leaves. So this is off the same stamp set and this has got like 3 little leaves in the same. Now I'm going to butt it up to the black and just add in a few little filler inners. And then it just gives it a little bit of bulk, if that makes sense. I want it down there. Okay. Do I need another one there? No, stop it. And then I would just fill those in. I am going to commit to that. I've decided. You don't have to be quite so aggressive. And then we'll get a little tiny bit of that brown. And if there's any areas where you're not quite at the line, of course you can go in with your fine liner pen just to add that in. That's that one. And where did I put my brown? I'm losing all of the colours today. There we go. Just give that a little. Add those in. There we go. Right, so that's my wreath sorted. Now I want to put a sentiment on there. So I'm going to go into here. It could be anything, but I am actually going to go happy birthday because I've got quite a few birthdays coming up. And I'm just going to pop it on a block. But before I do this, I'm going to clean it. Oh, that looks so much better. And in fact, for this, I'm not going to do it on a block. I'm going to do it in a platform, and there's a reason. Because I need to make sure, because I'm going to stamp this in an oxide. Right, so just going to ink this up in lilac first and see. And just raise that up a little bit. Because I'm stamping it in oxide, I'm going to need to go down a couple of times because I want to build that colour up to a really nice solid. So I'm just going to keep going. And I'm also going to do, you see, I quite like that. Look at that. My card has got texture, so I have got a few little specks in there, but I quite like that. I'm going to do one in the Dusty Concord as well, so I can choose which one I use. Which is that one. This one, no, this is going to be too dark. I'm going to stop now. I think it is definitely the lilac. And then let's see if I can just get rid of that spot in there. Yeah, look at that. Beautiful. I'm going to go for the lilac one. So I am going to cut this out in front of you. Now, I could get my banner die, but I'm going to cut this directly to the end of the line. Just whiz that down there. And then that's it. I'm concentrating. Gone ever so quiet. Right. That's that one. How am I doing on time? That's good, because I want to show you another technique as well. And then that, I can just pop my little sentiment across there. Now, I did do some of the little banners. Now, these ones were from the fuchsia set. Fuchsia set. Yes, I think they were. Just to say, and enjoy your special day. So I could add some of those in if I wanted to. Or I've also got this happy birthday. And this one was from the fuchsia set also. So let's just show you the difference. Maybe I just want to put that one in there like that. Maybe I want to overlap it. Maybe I want to add in another floral. There's so many different options. But just decide which one that you want to do. You see, I really like this, but I really like this too. So let's get the rest of the card prepared, and we can decide as we go. You could make this fuller if you wanted, but I kind of like, let's just see what that would look like. Yes, we could do that, Paul. That's very, very clever of you. Maybe you could add like so, with a flower on that side and the banner going across there. I won't commit yet. I've then cut I don't know what I'm guessing. I could just measure it. 20.5. This is 20 centimetres. And I'd need to make a card blank for this to go on. But if you don't want a card that big, this could just go onto maybe a 7-inch card, just directly onto the card blank. But on the sample that Julie put up, I had done some detailing on this background. So I'll just show you how I did that, and then we can move on. So colour, did I use green? Go on then. It's the old drag technique. Just whiz that down. Just tilt it up and see if you can get some lines in there. Down. Are you okay? So I think there's a problem. All right, Paul? Mm-hmm. Good. So I'm just tilting onto the side to get like the wood kind of effect. That's fine, because when we pop this on the top there, you only see a little bit of it. And another option that you can do is bring in your medley of leaves and pick out whichever one. I mean, just say, for instance, it's this one. And you could stamp don't normally ink up a stamp like that, but there we go. So just each time, just have a little look at what you've got and think, yep, that covers enough ground. And then perhaps we'll just have one on the top. I only tend to do sort of like opposite corners on these. There we go. And then to colour that, let's see what ink is on the paper that we'll move around first. Because again, it doesn't need to be. We're just going for a subtle touch. So not adding any extra ink on. You probably won't even see those ones. And then just transferring that through. Just to give it a little something. Okay. It just frames your work there. And then that will go on to another black. So the card, when finished, will be a 21 centimetre square. Okay, so I've got another, it'll have a white layer around it. So now I've really got to commit to this now. See, that's... I'm doing this because I just feel like that sits quite cute, and I like the white on top of it. I feel like it bounces. So I'm going to commit to it. No shouting at the screen. Let's just use up these little bits. Okay. Now I'm not going to think of... Oh, I like that there. Yes. I've committed. Okay, so now I just have to quickly make this flower the same as the others, but that's dirty. So let's make it clean. Just a little bit. That's fine. And last but not least, a little bit of green. Okay, that matches. And this one I'm just going to stick, even though I've left the lid off. Feel like that just needs to be poking under there. Oh, I'm glad I went for that. I'm happy with that. And then finally, a little tiny bit of yellow in the middle of there. Okay, so that is the first card I want to share with you. I know it's not on a card base, but I need to make a specific card base for it to go on from 2 pieces of A4 card. So all I would do is get a piece of A4, score it at 21 and fold it around, and then cut a 21 by 21 square and fit it underneath. And that would give me then a nice creamy mount all the way around. And I could use some of these elements. Oh. So I've got to put that in there now. It's just, sorry. This one says, enjoy your special day. And I just feel like it's just going to poke in there beautifully. There we go. Make sure it's straight. Now, I was asked if I could just cover a technique, and of course, I'm not going to say no, because I really fancy doing it. So, on another card, and I will take a picture of this, and stick it together properly, and I will pop it on the page. So I've taken a little bit of card, and I'm going to put some of my distress inks on there and spritz it to perform like a dribble. And then I'm going to attach my flowers. Now there's two ways you can do this, and I'm going to show you a little bit on here, and then I'm going to do it a different way on my actual card. So I normally would just grab my ink pad, scuff it down like so, and just try and have them come in at different levels, say. I'm just using random inks that I pick up. And then I would spritz on and tilt up and watch it, like give it a tap and watch it dribble down. And if there's any bits that you think, just give it a little bit more and tap it, and that gives you a beautiful dribble. That might absolutely scare the living daylights out of some of you, and you might think, oh, there's no way I can get my ink on there like that, or my card's got a grain and it's going to stick in. So another way that you can do it, which isn't quite so scary, is make sure you've got a dry bit there. So I bring my piece in. I'm going to grab some I don't really want to use this. I want to use a foam. What have I got? This one will do. It's kind of easier to do it with a foam. So just scuff your ink down. Let's go into Dusty Concord. You can do them at different heights. Let's go into, let's do this pink. And then pop a bit of yellow. And I'm just going for what I've got in my hand now. A bit of green. And then I'm going to spritz. I can see all of that ink now moving around. And I'm going to... It's the tap that's the important bit. To get them coloured dribbles to run down the card. And that is perfect. Paul, I might need to borrow you.
£50 an hour.
Oh! Could you, by any chance, just heat that for me? Because, and then I'm going to show you another bit. Have you got it? Okay. And here's this that you can dab it with, but don't take all the colour off. Give it a good old blast. Okay, so I'm now going to, in fact, let's take this one off and put this in here. I am going to use the happy birthday stamp, and I'm going to be using this one, and I'm also going to be using the stamp that I can't find. Here we go. This one here. Is it done yet? I'm really impatient, aren't I? Thanks. That'll do. That'll be fine. Thank you. Okay, so if when you put your card down you think, oh, well, I wanted that more vibrant, or I wanted that more vibrant, or whatever, you can go in and just add a little bit more, squish a little bit more ink on there. I'm going to leave mine as it is because I'm quite happy with that. And I'm going to take the little kind of corner flourish branch, ink that one up, and I'm going to stamp this across. And then my one. I kind of just offset that one onto there. So you've got a little bit of those ones just peeking out. And if you think, oh, well, I wanted another flower there, of course you can ink up and stamp a floral, but I'm going to stick with that. Now this sentiment would actually go really nice on there, but what I wanted to show you was if I grab this piece and have a little look, I'm going to tail this little piece here off the edge. I'm just going to have it there. Make sure that's tucked in. Happy with that. And I'm going to ink this up black. I'll have to do it again. I'll have to do it a couple of times because I'm on the card that I'm on. If I was on a smooth card, you would get like a crisp finish straight away. I'm probably on the first go. But because the card has got the texture in it, beautiful. Okay, so now I've got that lovely happy birthday. Look at me being tidy. Pop me happy birthday back on my sheet. A very handy set to have, I think. Of course, I've just seen it there. What colour did I do my griddage last time? I don't want it to feel left out, you see. So I can pop a little bit of griddage in the background, just because it would be rude if I didn't. And then I could use these ones, bearing in mind I've got that there. And just like that. Or I could use the actual stamp and stamp it exactly where I want it. Now I might do a little bit of both. Let's have a little look. Maybe I'm gonna stamp that one coming up there. I can go on the black, but I don't want to go over the letter. Like so. And I've still got the option to overlay this one if I want to. So now we just put that together. Paul, please will you see if I've got any glosses? Right, I've got a little matte and layer for that to go on. Should be a pile, a big box of them somewhere. Second shelf down. Thanks. I need 3. I might have a yellow one. I need a purple. Well, there's a pink one on that one. And and this orange one. That'll be fine. There we go. This one will be completed, look. Go on to there. I just think it's one of those sets, it's a must-have. You just keep picking it up and making with it. I think they all are, to be fair. Right. This one. What I'm going to do here is just put a little bit of glue here and there. And I'm just going to slightly offset that so it goes over the edge. Oh, no, I don't want it there. I don't want it there either. I want it there. I'll try that again. Okay. So, where was my yellow? Just pop a little Not having much luck today, am I? A yellow, an orange, and a pink. I was looking for a lilac, but I couldn't find one. Now I could either paint these ones in. I feel like I could add that one over the top. So this needs to be painted. And I'd just choose one of the colours. I think I'm just going to choose the lilac actually, because I've got some on my mat here. And that one's already lilac. So, there we go. And then I would just stick this on. Now I'm trying to remember the lady's name and I can't remember. Sue. There you go, Sue. I hope that has helped. I'm gonna keep that off. So that gives us our lovely dribble card using the cherry blossoms and the sentiment banners. And then I'm going to bring this one in next to it just so that you can see them both together. If I pop it on there straight. There we go. So I hope you've enjoyed this afternoon. I know I have. I've just got to tidy up before I go home. And I will see you. Will I see them on Saturday? Yes, Saturday at 4. I don't know what I'm going to be playing with yet. I will find something. But it might be a case that I'm sharing things with you that I shouldn't. Who knows? Tune in at 4 on Saturday from my craft room, and we'll just get crafty together. So let's just spin that around. So everything that I've used today is available on the website, Dragons Papercraft, and I believe, is it under the Facebook Live? Yeah, it's under the Facebook Live tab as well. So, yeah, and then I will see you on Saturday. So have a good evening and enjoy, all of you that have ordered already and they're coming through today. Enjoy your new goodies. Bye.